What I'm trying to do.
Guys, we're live. It's on.
I love that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Black Table, where intellect cuts deep and conversations refuse to stay surface level. This is a space for disruptors, thinkers, creators, and the unapologetically curious. We question everything here on the Black Table. We challenge the norms, we speak the truth. Others shy away, but no, we do not. With no filters, no fluff, just raw dialogue and bold ideas that demand your attention. My name is Tieng Gang. Let me say that boldly. And I am your host tonight. You have never had a host like me. Joining me tonight on the Black Table, we've got the one and only, the sensational, I love him, you love to hate him, Mr. Quincy Jones, the man who can turn street gist into gold and hot takes into fire. He's got the words, the wit, and the wahala. Brace yourself, it's about to get loud. How are you, Quincy?
I need to say this.
Say it.
What I look forward to the most coming to this show,
Yeah.
it's not seeing your face,
Uh-huh.
it's hearing the intro.
Okay, so good. You can shut up now for the next few minutes. Let me introduce the rest.
It's fired
We've
today.
got Andre Ogbewele, relationship expert, love doctor. He's married though. And the man with more gist on matters of the heart than your cardiologist. You like that, don't you?
Oh, I like that.
I did not write it. Moyo Lagos joins us again on the Black Table. Moyo is in the building, the man whose mic game runs this city. Lagos' own vibe dealer and your favorite presenter's favorite presenter.
Yeah.
You like that, don't you?
It gets better every time. Damn.
Telling you, man.
I love it.
It's a good thing Olamide Jean-Luc is not here tonight. He's tending to some marital issues and his kids that he needs to see frequently. I love that guy. Where is he? The only guy that tries to be as fine as I am. We're going to take a quick break, but tonight, when we come back, legal heat. A Nigerian lawyer files a petition to ban your loving Big Brother Naija. Who still watches Big Brother in 2025?
Everybody.
We'll find that out now.
I
This
don't have a
season.
job.
You do?
Everyone.
Okay. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be discussing this and many other important topics tonight on the Black Table. Don't go anywhere. Get your drinks. We'll be right back. All right.
That means you watch it now.
Yes, you guys watch it.
I do
And they're
not.
watching us now live because we're back.
I like this. I like this.
I like it. So, my housemates are going to join me on the table tonight as usual. Activist lawyer drags Big Brother Naija to the NBC. He gives them 30 days to ban or sanitize the show over alleged immoral content. Is this moral rescue or moral policing? Goodness gracious. Big Brother Nigeria.
I think it's a bit of both, though.
So who watches it? Let me start with my man there from the bar, the position that I love to take. But Mr. Quincy Jones,
I like the spot.
do you? We've actually had some Big Brother contestants on the Black Table before, and we've had winners as well. But what's your take on Big Brother so far?
There's nothing wrong. Big Brother 2025 is hitting, right? Last year I didn't watch it. The year before I didn't watch it. So I just basically pick off the energy of the people watching it, right? So I'm like the yardstick to measure if people are watching it. Do you see? And people are watching it. These people are fighting every 2 seconds in that house. Every 2 market days, one guy is fighting one guy, one girl is insulting one guy, one auntie with accent have fought another auntie with accent over chicken. You know, it's a lot of stuff going on in the house. I like it. It's pretty interesting. But I need to highlight something. The one time that I agree with Pere is, who's a former Big Brother Nigeria housemate. He said Nigeria is not ready for a reality TV show like Big Brother. And I agree. That's why someone like whoever this lawyer is filing for this. You can't file for such a thing where they're spending billions of naira.
I'll come back to you on that, but Moyo looks like somebody that should have been in the house at one stage.
Yeah, I should have been,
Yes.
but I have bigger fish to fry. But what I'm saying, I don't even know who the hell this lawyer is. We always do this every time Big Brother comes out.
Yeah.
There's morality polices coming out everywhere saying, oh, this is wrong, this is this. We act like Big Brother doesn't have a paywall. There is a paywall. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. Exactly. It's not like on terrestrial TV that you see it for free. You have to pay to actually watch this thing. So we're very pretentious in Nigeria. There's a lot of hypocrisy going on here. You're literally paying, and then you watch it, and then you complain, and I'm like, are you okay or not? I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah.
Again, Big Brother, I would always say this. There's a reason for it. There's a paywall behind it. You don't have to watch it. But also, Big Brother it's a business, right? It pays a lot of people. A lot of people work on the set, and they pay their children's fees on that, and they feed their homes on that. It's a business. There are a lot of people, even Love Island. We watch a lot of Love Island. We watch a lot of other stuff. Nobody complains. No Nigerian complains about other stuff. But when it
comes home,
it becomes a problem. It's hypocrisy. Don't watch it if you don't want to watch it.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Right? No, don't say that. See, I disagree with you.
Go ahead. Yeah, that's
Right?
fine.
In terms of Big Brother as a show, of course, that's okay. But when it comes to the morality of it, now that's not okay. Have you actually seen the clips going around that made the lawyer file the suit?
The one of the titty.
Come on, like.
First of all, do you think the lawyer has a right to file a suit based on what he
Dude is
saw?
probably cheating.
Yes, he does. You know why? See, double standards I don't like. Right?
Okay.
Now I'm not even going to try to come from a religious point of view. Double standards. We know music videos that not even a quarter of that happens and they ban. Yes or no? Nobody can deny that. But then you allow this? Come on.
No.
But you have to understand, this is on an
let me
African platform.
It doesn't matter. Where is it airing?
It's on an African platform.
Where is
It's
it
airing in
airing?
South Africa as well.
Where's the
But the
show?
keynote that Moyo
where's
mentioned.
the location of it?
Listen, the key it's Niger.
Exactly.
But here's the thing: the key thing that you need to also understand where I agreed with Moyo to an extent is that you have a choice to watch or not to watch.
You have a choice to watch, right? But don't post that on social media, because we know that when it comes to our social media, it's not regulated. Come on.
But that's social media, which of course you have to be of a certain age to be able to be on social media. So it's also a choice situation.
It's still not regulated. See, regardless of how you put it, right? This is not I'm not even going to go through the whole culture. It's not our culture, one, right? And then what you're trying to say on the moral standard, you're saying is right.
It's not anyone's culture.
I didn't say it's right. I'm just saying reality.
Reality
is what's
first.
happening right now.
Guess what? Nobody is complaining about Big Brother itself, right?
Really?
Yes. It's that particular. You see, those sins like that should not be
Sorry, gang, let me say
all
this.
around.
Let me say this.
Before we wrap it up, let me hear what Quincy has.
Let me say this. As he said, it's hypocrisy at its full extent. But truth remains, reality TV show depicts our immediate environment and reality.
Thank you,
Bruv, no one, unless you're Jesus Christ, has the right to say any of those things.
But that's not
the
our
lady who
reality,
got on. Sorry?
That's not our reality. Come on, man.
But it's
Sorry?
becoming.
It's
Now here's the thing.
I'm sorry,
The
unless
sad
you're not
truth-
living in Lagos
the sad truth,
or in
gentlemen,
Nigeria.
is not
That is the
reality.
current I'm sorry, everything that's
That's an
happening in there is the
imitation.
current reality
Gentlemen,
of our environment.
gentlemen, I hate to be
Actually.
the bearer of bad news, but Big Brother Nigeria is here to stay.
Bro, it's not going nowhere.
That's not bad news.
It's here to stay.
I'm not saying.
And
See,
that's
I'm
not bad
I'm not
news.
even. No, listen. Now it was said either ban or regulate. It needs to be regulated. That's all.
In what? How
Now,
do you
can I be very honest with
Oh,
you?
yeah, sure, why not?
For somebody that has a couple of insights into it, it is regulated.
Bro.
And the problem with reality TV, because if people do their research and read the history of Big Brother and where it started from and the reason behind this, the psychological test of putting people in a house and seeing how they behave, to test them and push their limits, to see how they will respond to certain things, that is the main thing about Big Brother.
Yeah,
it
of
has
course.
grown in certain countries, it has come to Nigeria, it has been here not once, twice, third, four, five, six.
This
Do
is
you
the
understand?
10th
Multiple
edition or
times from Big
something.
Brother Africa to Big Brother Nigeria. There's a lot that goes behind it. That's why I say it's here to stay. When you regulate it, it takes away the reality aspect of how people would really respond to certain situations. It's like, for example, if I put a camera in your house, would you want to change the way you behave because there are cameras in your house? The aim is just to see how you live your life.
But guess
and now
what?
they've captured the reality of life that people are behaving this way. If people happen to see some nudity, there's nudity at home.
Yes.
And the waivers they make people sign before they enter the house, they're allowed to showcase a lot of these things. And also, it's curated in a way that there's certain times of the day that you would not see this content.
Yes.
So when people decide to follow it and put certain things on social media, it's up for those people that choose to see it.
I know, but come on, man. You know, social media, you can just be going through your Instagram, stuff just pops up.
Your algorithm, trust
Right?
me.
That's your algorithm. That means you're seeing stuff like that.
No,
I'm sorry.
I don't.
That's not,
No.
I'm sorry.
And also on Twitter, you can ban
guys, I need to say something about social media.
If you're really
I'm
serious
really
about that.
tired of the upper millennial.
I'm not this. This guy wants
I'm really tired of the upper millennial or boomers, you know, referencing social media the way they do.
Yeah.
Like say that just yama way they just select.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
It's tailored algorithm.
God will bless you for
If
that.
you had ever engaged with such content,
This
It
is
would pop
Black
up.
Table.
No,
not
not
Big Brother.
necessarily, no.
We're moving on from
no,
that
that's how
conversation.
it's algorithm.
No,
Sir, I
it's
will
not.
break it down
Gentlemen,
properly,
gentlemen.
but that's fine.
My housemates.
Yeah.
My housemates. We're moving on from this.
Big Brother.
Send me some of those pics. Let me check them out. It's late enough to watch. Now, the gentleman on the Black Table, do
literally
you
had
know
to.
who your father is, or you just believe what your mother told you?
Hey, I look like him.
Oh no, I know who my
This
father
statement
is.
says, my mother lied to me about who my father was for 20 years. That's not a plot twist from a movie. That's a real tweet from someone living with the truth after a DNA test excluded the man he grew up believing was his father. Paternity fraud. We've spoken about this on the show. It isn't just a betrayal of a partner, it's a deep psychological wound of the child. All right, for some, it's 10, 20, even 30 years before the truth comes out. And by then, it's left scars no apology can erase. Question on the Black Table today: should mandatory DNA test at birth be a legal requirement? Is it about protecting men or protecting the child's right to the truth? Can emotional trust be rebuilt after a lie this deep? Who's held accountable in these situations, legally or
Such
morally?
a question.
So let me start with my man here, who basically that's almost your field to an
of
extent
course.
with the stories that you hear. Should we legally make it mandatory to have DNA test at birth?
No, it should
Why
not be.
not?
It should be decided on both parents. Whoever is, see, you're marrying someone, right? Obviously, you're marrying someone you trust. So these are conversations that should be had, right? So that should be decided. It shouldn't be forced on people, really. It should not. Yes, I can see his facial expression. It should not be forced on people. Let both parties decide that, okay, you know what, we're stepping into marriage. At every birth of a child, we'll do a DNA test. Simple.
Okay. I have a very different.
Moyo, let's hear Moyo's
very
thing.
different perspective. Anybody who knows me knows that I like to identify as a feminist.
You like to?
I like to identify as a feminist. I feel like women have, autonomy over their bodies. But to be fair, I, as a man, I'm the one who's going to spend the next 20 years trying to train these children. I'm the one who's going to invest so much time and so much money into these, maybe as much as you do, as a woman does. And I feel like I deserve to know whether that's my child or not. And it's not even, it shouldn't be a thing that's an issue, right? It's like when you buy land, you have to have certain documentation and stuff like that. I don't see the problem with having a DNA test just thrown in there. You know what I mean? No, I don't see a problem having that thrown in there. If you have nothing to hide, then it shouldn't be an issue. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands.
It should be
It's
a
what it is.
conversation had.
It doesn't
Before
see,
then.
Yes,
it doesn't
no,
have to be.
you
Even
see,
if the
but that's
government
thing.
sanction it,
But
it
that
doesn't
means
have to
that
be
means
a
you do not
conversation.
trust. Listen, you do.
It doesn't matter. It's not about if I trust or not.
Come
If
on,
the
man.
government sanction
Listen,
it and say that this is something
Moyo,
that should
I'm
be
a
part of the
relationship
birth process.
I'm a relationship counselor, right?
Now you shut me up
He's a
for that.
relationship
Listen,
expert.
let me
Now you shut me
tell
up
you
for that.
something, right?
Yeah.
You see the signs of things that happen in marriage. You see it when you are dating. You ignore it.
Not me.
I'm telling you.
That's right.
That's what happens. People see things and they ignore it. They feel, it will get better, or I'll make this person a better person. Listen, if that person doesn't want to change, there's nothing you can do.
I agree.
So if you don't trust someone, that's the only time you do that. Someone you trust. Why do I need to do a DNA test?
But the question is.
So let me, before I bring someone who has never fathered children in, this is the point
You
I'm
don't
trying
know that.
Yeah?
You don't know that.
This is the point I'm trying to make. If they make it mandatory legal, then you and your partner don't have to have that discussion.
God will bless you.
You just
But
go
guess
to the
what?
hospital,
No,
you
but
give
guess
birth,
what?
and they'll just say that you guys are actually the mother and
But
father.
you've taken, you can't decide for who births a child. You can't do that. You can't do that. I'm
Andrew,
telling you,
deeper
you
than that.
can't.
There
It
are a
is?
lot of hospitals. There
How
are
is
a
it
lot
deeper
of
then?
hospitals where they swap babies. That's one thing.
That's the place. That's a
That's
good
one
point.
thing you think about. They
Okay,
swap
but
babies.
guess what?
There's
So
also
they
some people
swap the
who want.
baby.
Wait, hold on. There's also
So
some
what are you
people-
gonna do?
That's why.
So how would you know?
How would you know the baby's a swap?
Hold that thought. Let's talk someone that was swapped. Quincy Jones.
Touche.
Wow, that's
Quincy Jones. I love him. It's because he's taking my place at the bar.
Oh my.
What are your
That was
thoughts?
good, that was good.
I have I feel I know where you're gonna go to. But what are your thoughts? Should it be
To
legal?
respond to my swapped predecessor, look, I'm really surprised that
He's
what
a
you do,
counselor.
yeah, he's a counselor,
Relationship
a
expert.
relationship expert.
Yes.
I really want to ask how many times you've had to deal with "he's not my child" situations.
I can't say that.
You can't say that.
Okay, yeah, client's privilege
Yeah,
or
I'm
something
bound
like
by
that.
it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know how. I believed that this was a no-brainer. You see, there's no. But unfortunately, I can now see that other people think otherwise. Bruv, there's no way in the. So first things first. The result of cheating brings this. There are cases where people are finding out that their father is not their father at 40 plus.
Yes.
In short, you know what's even funny? One of the biggest comedians in the US was just doing a show, and then in a bit to, crowd heckle and all of that stuff that's going on, we discover that this dude, his father is not his father. His sister is not fathered by his father.
Oh,
and
Christ.
almost out of 4 kids, 3 that they know are not fathered by his father. And he is 40 plus. His sister is 30 something plus. And that's not the first of it. Now, while some women would take this with levity, you cheat, men cheat, I'm cheating. No, you're ruining someone's life. Men cheat, I'm gonna cheat as well. It's okay if I'm doing my own back. How about you not get pregnant while you do it?
Revenge.
Right?
Hey,
but unfortunately, it's facts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
How about
you not get pregnant while you're doing it? Let's even start there.
Get some protection, man.
Then the second part of it is, how would you kick against mandatory DNA testing in any life?
If you're not trying to hide
Mandatory DNA testing is such a brilliant idea. In short, I genuinely think that some women are the reason why it's not even passed into law. Because how much for mandatory testing, how much is to birth a child at the hospital? It's a fee that can be embedded.
It's almost negligible.
Yes, it's a fee that can be embedded in the process of birth.
So let me. Now,
birthing
are we
a
saying
child.
this because we are men and we're not the ones being questioned?
No, I don't think
Yes,
so.
we
No.
are saying this because we are men and we're the ones that have to discover that a child that you have taken, carried on your back, played football with, trained so much, taught on how he's going to inherit the empire, turns out to not be your kid.
Okay,
That's
Quincy.
how that works.
I'm saying this because it's not a big deal, right? If you have nothing to hide, it's not a big deal, right? It's only women who feel like they've been playing the field that would not say, "Oh no, why would you want to do that? That means you don't trust me." It's like the whole
No,
prenup-
you're missing.
prenup stuff.
You seem to be missing something.
I'm not. I don't think
Listen,
I am.
listen to me, right? The fact that women do that, right?
Men
I'm
do
not
as well.
condoning
Yeah,
that.
men do it as well.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not condoning that. Whoever, men, women, but this era that we're in, apparently it seems to be men that are falling short.
Bruh.
Right?
Yeah,
A lot
yeah.
of men. But you see, I do not excuse the fact that women cheat,
As men do.
as men do, have a child for someone else and poses it on another guy.
Yeah.
I'm not in agreement with that.
That is so diabolical.
But listen,
Have you heard them
but the
discuss
fact
this?
that listen, but the fact that right, you take away the rights of a human being, right? That's what it is. In case you don't know, you're asking for things that you don't know the gravity of. They are literally
That's for the
taking
child.
away.
Which human being?
The right of which human?
Thank you.
The
man
child
and the woman.
He's speaking to
No.
them. What?
It's not
Wait,
the man
what?
and
When
the
you
woman.
enforce, listen, when you enforce, what is that? When you enforce something, what is that?
Yeah, well, you know,
Against whose will?
again,
that?
but here's the funny thing.
I don't want it,
You don't want to know if you're the father of your kids.
because I know I am the father of my kids.
How do you know
Okay,
that?
so
How do you
I
know
know.
that?
Okay, no. I see his
Listen,
point.
I know.
There's a belief system. Do you
I
understand?
know.
There's a belief system, but here's the funny thing. Like, you know, in general, you can be a father, either a biological father or just father in general, or
Father
a dad.
and the children, yeah.
But the thing is, you can't take away from some of the stories we've heard of how
Oh
people
no, you see,
fathered
I'm
certain
not.
kids. What my own concern is, situations whereby, like there was a home whereby they did a DNA test and found out the man wasn't the father.
Yeah.
And the woman insisted on her rights that she hasn't been with anybody else. They did a DNA test on the woman and found out she wasn't the mother.
That
That
means
was
the
how
baby
they
was
found
swapped.
out
The
that the
baby was
baby was swapped. So there are advantages to DNA tests.
And I don't take that away. But listen, it should still be, right, a choice of both parents.
I'm sorry.
Not
I think
enforced on them.
this woke mentality.
So now
Sorry.
It's not
let me
about
Guys,
being
hold
woke.
on.
Let me
Are you
debate.
kidding?
Let me
Hold on.
debate.
Please hold on. I think this woke mentality, we need to draw the line in a lot of places.
Crazy.
It's okay
where does
when you
woke
can accept.
mentality come in,
I'm
to
sorry.
this?
No, it is because
This is woke mentality?
Yes, woke mentality is mostly centered around one's emotions, how he or she feels, right? Reality does not speak to that. Reality dictates that I am 40 years old,
Yeah.
and the man that I grew up with, that I've been
40
saying
years.
father, dad,
Is
and
not.
two, all of a sudden now I'm going to feel weird around him because he's not my actual father, all because one random woman went to open her
Random?
legs
It's not random,
to
that's
the
your mom.
wrong, bro,
That's not
So,
random.
dude,
bro,
In this story.
whoever's mom, it's not mine.
Quincy,
Yeah, in this story.
In the story,
Quincy.
right? And then this woman opens her leg and then forces me upon a man that's not even my dad.
Yeah.
And we don't even now know if she knows who the father is.
Yeah. So-
Because it could have been 20 dudes donating that liquid.
Okay, so here's another. To wrap it up,
It's
let's-
crazy work.
just marry- so
How
just
are you
marry
kicking
right.
against that?
Listen,
it's
just-
foolproof.
Quincy,
Get there,
Quincy,
give birth to a
Quincy,
child,
marry
take
right.
the blood, compare with the other
Quincy,
blood, make sure that the
marry
kid
right.
is
Before we wrap
Marry
this up,
right.
I wanted to say
come
something.
on, man.
Before we
What?
wrap this up,
It's
let me
the
say
truth.
something. Let me toss in a wrench into this.
All right, please do.
There's scenarios whereby children are adopted
Yeah.
and they're not told that they're adopted. They wait for them to get to a certain age to basically reveal to them that you were adopted. It depends, unless you adopt like from a different race, so to speak. But at the same time, the most important thing and the key I think we're not looking at is the child itself.
Yeah.
We're worried about a woman's emotions of you don't trust me.
Yeah.
You're worried about the father
I'm
saying
not.
a man's emotions of I don't trust her. But the child, you yourself, everybody on this table can say tonight, I would love to know who my mother is and who my father is.
Of course.
So if we were to ask children, do you want to know who your real dad and father is? I believe all children would say yes.
Of course they will.
Guys,
So
if
then-
you found
then-
out today that your parents are not your
No,
parents,
but that's it. The
how would
most
you
important
feel?
thing, the most important thing is the child.
How would you feel?
Because children want, even adopted kids want
You
to know.
won't feel great. You
Adopted
feel
kids want to
betrayed.
know if they're adopted or not.
You won't feel
so let's not
betrayed.
take the focus off the child.
Exactly.
What we're gonna do is, I think this drink, I need something stronger.
Me too.
We're gonna take a break.
Yeah.
And when we come back, we're gonna get into the world of Nollywood. Stay with
Alrighty.
us. It's the Black Table. While we're at it, go have a DNA test. We'll be right back. We just found out somebody is not sure who his parents are. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're moving on from DNA. Let's enter the world of Nollywood. Usually, sometimes some people say the ladies can't sit with us on the Black Table, but there's a lovely lady, you all know, our very own Fumi. She'll be joining us via Zoom to join this discussion that we're about to have on the Black Table. Now, in the world of Nollywood, don't you just love Nollywood? Under fire, Nollywood right now, as Ima Ugoli blasts the industry for casting actors based on Instagram followers instead of talent. Now, is social media clout the new acting school, or are we killing real talent for likes? You can be a part of the show by calling us on the phone line 0201-6352-013 or 0201-635-2014 to speak live on the Black Table, while Fumi joins us via Zoom as well. Instagram likes, Instagram followers. That is where actors are being chosen and casted in movies. Let's start with thoughts for somebody that has a little eye on Nollywood, Mr. Quincy Jones.
It's not a little eye, I've acted. And I've also lost roles because the person they selected has 100,000 followers.
So how does that make you
with 12
feel?
comments.
How does that make
Real
you
life,
feel?
though.
You
Real
know
life.
what that is, yeah.
I swear.
So
real life.
you're an
yeah.
example of this. So how does that make you feel?
It doesn't feel great, but you see, I'm torn in this situation, right? I am absolutely for. When I saw this earlier this week, I said, look, I'm absolutely for talent, right? Unfortunately, there are quite a number of talented people that are not getting the opportunities, right? It's the current reality of Nollywood. A lot of people rotting on social media, in person. I'll have to take bank jobs and a couple of other, corporate gigs. Now, that aside, the other part to this is this. From the standpoint of whoever owns the movie, right, you need to understand that for sales, I need marketing.
Yeah.
I have to market the product, right? I'm not going to, Kemi Adetiba is not going to randomly appear on Netflix if she didn't make a great movie that was watched.
Exactly.
How do you get to watch the movie? You have to show the movie and it has to be publicized.
Of course.
Unfortunately, some people expend their budgets, and this is the reality of creating a movie.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, hassles and stuff, some people expend their budgets in production, and then marketing is lost.
Yeah,
so now they have to scamper, call in favors. Who is this? Who is that? Who is this? And a lot of them have existed on the backs of the large following girl that's not a bad actor,
Yeah.
or the large following man that's not a bad actor to survive because they bring traffic.
Of course.
You see, there's a lot of independent production outfits and streaming outfits where, they say, oh, a name came to mind. I don't think I should say that here. Watch my day on so-so TV.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they're famous or they're popular on socials, a lot of people will go watch.
Almost there.
I've gone to subscribe for one of those independent things because Fowls was on one of those movies.
Yeah.
I love Fowls.
Yeah.
Right? That's just reality. But it just shows that the marketing does its job in reference to followers.
But
Do you
here's the question now. If you meet somebody that is not as talented as Quincy Jones when it comes to acting, and you choose to pick that person because that person has a huge following, when I eventually watch your movie, I wouldn't like it. If the acting is terrible, if Quincy Jones would have done a better job in that role, why not cast him?
You see, just like he said, right? It's a controversial situation, right? Right? You're looking at now. He made a statement. Most people expend their marketing budget, and that's where this problem starts from. So they look for actors that have huge followings, so they could, reach that person's followers. Naturally, it's not to be so. But then again, we have some actors who are pretty good and have huge followings. And people leverage on that. So I'm spending 100, 150, 200 million on a movie. Of course, I want to make that money back. Now, how do I reach the different demographics that we have? I have to be systematic at how I do my casting also. Because I need to make that money back. Regardless of having, yes, I have a proper marketing budget, but I need that followership from the actors. So a lot of people, I think where he has a problem with is they focus more on the actors who just have following than actual talent and expending the marketing budget. So it's a...
I disagree with the both of them.
Please, I'd love to
think
hear
that
it.
when it comes to making a movie or art in general, there's an integrity that we must protect, right? That you can have a Brother Shaggy on your movie without having him play a role that he cannot play.
He's a good actor, that's why.
No, let me finish.
If there's a role he can't play,
if
that's
there's a
not
role he
for
cannot
him.
play that's not for him, don't put it there just because it's the lead role, right? So you can I'm using Brother Shaggy as an example because I like Brother Shaggy. You know, I'm just saying. And I know that he's in a lot of movies, and in some of those movies, I've realized that these roles you're putting him in are not exactly tailored to his gifts as an actor, right? You can tailor the character to something he's good at. See, let me tell you something, right? If you put a lot of Instagram celebrities, social media celebrities in a movie, people are going to watch it quite all right, but they're going to have horrible reviews about it. And that's for me, if I was a filmmaker, it's going to be a dent on my image because I want to make a film that people can connect with, that people can relate with, in a purest sense, you know, of it all, right? So if you're going to bring a social media, I'm not saying don't bring a social media celebrity, bring them, but let it be a role that they can actually do. We watch so many movies where it's all this social media, and we can tell that it's because of the numbers.
Gang, I think a lot of the views you're currently listening to is from a consumer's perspective. Because at the same time, as it has been earlier highlighted, it is a business.
Okay, so
don't displace the
And for
consumer's
every
perspective.
business,
But can I be honest
for every
with you?
business,
Nobody
there
displacing
is
the
a
consumer's
for
perspective.
every business, there is a hawker,
Yeah.
there is a kiosk, there is a mall, and then there is the one that's syndicated around different places.
Yeah.
You see, I'm saying a franchise. You see, saying this to say that sometimes it's business, right? And it's business meaning that this movie to properly execute would cost 50 million naira. But my cousin, Gang, now, he say, bro, I want to invest. He's the only investor. And Gang says, I can give you 30. And that's all it is.
Yeah.
You have no option. What are you going to do? Tell Gang no? You would shoot the movie on a 30 budget.
Yeah.
And find a way to sort that out.
So
We all need to
for money, is
accept
it?
first that social and digital / new media has come to stay.
Would you make a horrible movie for profit?
No one's trying to make a horrible
I'm asking
movie.
you.
That's
I'm
why-
asking
So
you, would
these
you
actors
make
are
a
not
horrible-
particularly horrible.
No, it's not about whether they are horrible
no,
or not.
but
It's
these
whether
actors
they
are
can
not
tell the
particularly
story.
horrible.
It's whether they can tell the story of this, that the script is trying to communicate. Would you rather make a horrible movie just because you know there will be numbers because of the people you cast? Let's hear it.
No, but listen, we
I
we
will,
both,
sorry,
we both
as a
said something.
businessman, as a
You're only
businessman.
looking at it from a business
No,
perspective.
because
That's
it's a
not problem, yeah.
business.
No, but
I
forget
understand.
As
forget
a
the
businessman,
listen.
I know you're
Bruv,
talking about talent.
I
right?
will
Exactly.
use. No,
I think that's
No, he's talking about-
that's one of
no,
the points that
no,
we're not
he's
highlighting.
talking about
We're not
talent.
highlighting the point of talent.
No, but I did highlight it.
But yes, you did. But how did we get here? Because for a film lover like myself,
Exactly, thank
that
you.
loves TV
So am I.
and loves everything,
Oh, so
even
am I
even
too.
before Nollywood came into existence, that was not how you sought talent. That was not how you found actors.
there was no
that were
social
qualified.
media.
Bro, it's a
But here's one thing.
perversion.
So social media now is now tasking people to go and buy followers or find a way to get followers to get roles. If you have a talent and skill to act, you've gone to acting school or film school or whatever it is, you have all of those qualifications to be on a set. You've auditioned for certain roles that you qualify to be on. Then just because somebody on social media has a huge following.
But why are we referring to all these people on social media as just on
But
social media?
You know, there are some people, like I stated, there
There
are some
are a lot of
people
talented
who
people.
who are
Do you
talented.
think Brother
and
They
Shaggy
have
are,
does
the
but
not
not
deserve
all of them
to
are.
be- no, Brother Shaggy has an example now. Do you think Brother Shaggy does not deserve to be in all
I
the
will
roles that he
tell
has
you
played
here in
because
front
he
of-
has a large
I will
following?
tell you here in front of this camera that Barashaki cannot play every role. I watched him in DOD. He was good in DOD.
All right, you know
But
what?
every other thing,
Let's
not quite.
get a
I
female.
disagree.
Let's get a female
I think-
perspective.
Yeah, let's
Fumi is
get
on
it.
the line. She joins us via Zoom. Let's get her thoughts on this story. And I want you to know that Fumi is very talented, just in case you were wondering. And I'm sure she has social media numbers as well. Hello, Fumi.
I'm not an actress. So very quickly, good evening. Hello, everyone. Hello. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can see Fumi now on the screen. Hi, Fumi. Hope you can hear us loud and
How
clear.
you doing? Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you guys. Can you
All
hear
right,
me?
I was seeing her and I was trying to, apologies for that. Okay, so let's hear what Fumi has to say.
Okay. First of all, I couldn't help but listen to your conversation on the compulsory DNA. I totally agree. It should just be one of the hospital, requirements, like how you do the test on the check the baby before you leave the hospital. They should do the DNA. Also, because sometimes babies are swapped in the hospital, it shouldn't be, a big hassle about that. So I'll just quickly get that out of the way. Then about this topic, I think people do it, right? People choose, and let's stay within our locale. Nigerian directors, sometimes, we can't speak for all, but choose certain actors based on the following because they feel like if they put this up on the page, it will push. But sometimes not necessarily. It doesn't always work like that. There are some actors that have done very well that I've never heard before. I've never heard about, rather. And the thing, though, what we don't realize, because now everybody's just about social media push and, fame. But the success of your work as an actor is what gives you this social media following. And now that people can buy social media following, and then we do all sorts of social media challenges, and they have all this kind of, it increases your followership, doesn't necessarily make you a fantastic actor or actress. Now, for directors that do that, it doesn't always mean success. Many, and like some of you were saying on table, many of us have seen many films with great influencers in it that has been rubbish, absolute rubbish, waste of time. And then what happens is that once directors do that, it doesn't guarantee the success of the film. I always feel like if you're a director or a producer, make sure your directing skills is on point, your script is on point, and how you execute the film is on point. I don't want to call it in America.
Call it, please. Call it.
Very popular actor. very popular actor. Who made the film? Jim Ike. Jim Ike made this film.
Thank you.
When you see the trailer, it was like, oh, all that, and the reviews have been terrible. In fact, one of my friends outside the country, in Canada, called me and said, "Fumi, I know you like to support Nigerian film, but please, this film, do not watch it. Put so many people in it," and then it was just absolute rubbish. And then there are some films that you've watched. So, for example, To Kill a Monkey by Kemi Adetiba, but there were some actors that I had never heard about, and they delivered excellently on their role.
Yeah.
I think it's unrealistic, even though I hear the argument of, oh, you have this budget and everything. But what happens when you have this budget and you're putting the burden on this actor to use their social media influence to push it, which is not a bad thing if the product is good. But if the product is rubbish and you feel like, oh, this person will sell my market anyway, it's a dent to the person that you think will sell your market and to you, because what is going to happen if you do that to me consistently after a while, I'm just going to skip anytime I see your content, no matter how much money you're putting in. So there are even some directors, even in Hollywood, that some people, yes, they go out and make money and all of that, but there's some people that will swear on their film that, look, I've watched this guy's film before, I'm not going to watch it again based on this, and no matter how many people he puts in it. But I think that most of the time we forget the fact that we need to focus on the skill. The skill is what the actor. So for example, this series that trended earlier on this year, Adolescents, the lead actor, Owen Cooper, the young boy that acted, he had never acted in his life. He's got an Emmy nomination. Hopefully he wins next year. He has never, somebody went out to look for him, and he delivered excellently on the role. And okay, there are one or two actors that I already know, I don't even know their names, but I already know who are popular on that film. But he was the main actor and he delivered on his role. And if any time that boy brings out, maybe he's featured on another content or that same director, I will watch it because I watched a good product the first time it came out. So it was not because this person was there. This was because sometimes they say too many good cooks spoil the broth. So you put all these people there, you're trying to make it as a marketing tool, and then you put them at the till in the cinema, and then we come back and we see that it's absolute rubbish. So hey, and now, especially in Nigerian audience, we're getting more and more enlightened every day. I'm not just going to watch your film because you're going to put one celebrity at the till. It might work for a while, but it might not work over and over again. And that's why you see that sometimes they put all these films on all these platforms and it's just absolute rubbish. So I think that the skill, the success that brings the fame should come, the skill, the actual work should come first before all the social media thing. And if you do a damn good film, look at To Kill a Monkey, for example. And I'm sorry that I keep going on about that film.
A lot of people are. It's the hottest. It's the hottest thing I've now
seen To Kill a Monkey.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm supposed to see it over the weekend.
I saw 2 episodes and I couldn't see more than that.
There have been social media memes that have come out of it, social media challenges. I don't think the director had anything to do with that. people thoroughly enjoyed the movie, the lines, the music, everything that was intentionally put into that film.
Yeah.
And it's selling
So,
itself. You don't
you're
need
spot
to,
on.
I don't think, and then the actors are taking all over. And I think even most, because I don't remember seeing any, apart from the trailer, maybe I missed it or maybe I'm living under a rock. I don't really remember seeing any
All right.
PR for that film, for the trailer before it came out.
All right.
And then most of the marketing is now happening after the movie. Many people are taking the actors, taking the interviews after the movie. Why? Because the movie was a damn good product.
Yep.
So
For
if
me,
you
you've
focus on being this damn good product and just putting fine faces or fine boys and 1 million
right.
followers on
For me,
you might actually
Quincy,
thank you so much. You've spoken a lot of my mind. And I hope when you have your own kids, the DNA test thing would go smoothly. No wahala
It
when
would
that
go
time
smoothly.
comes.
But
I appreciate what you've said so far. Spot on. I couldn't have said it any better myself. And you should get into acting. I think you have some skills.
I agree.
there should just be a regulatory body for this. That's all.
for
For
acting
what?
too.
All
For
right.
acting? Or for the babies?
But you know they're supposed to be
There's a
actors guild now.
regulatory body for acting.
So,
But
but
do they
so
even,
you know what?
Are they active?
I want to
Yes,
highlight.
they are
I want to
very
highlight.
active,
Yes,
actually.
I want to highlight one of
Yes.
some of the things
For
that
real?
Fumi mentioned. I want to highlight some of the things that she mentioned. And I speak this about myself, and I'm sure this can also involve Quincy. There was a gift and talent we had when we entered the industry, and it wasn't about who we knew.
No,
it wasn't
thank
about
you.
a followership. It wasn't
Thank
about
you.
popularity. People said, "Oh, more this Quincy guy, I need this guy on radio."
Yeah.
People said, "This guy, we need this," and we're able to get into the industry. So you see people in film. It's great to see new talents, develop those talents, make them popular and superstars that now gain a huge following on social media. But like she said, it's not just because you casted somebody that has numbers that means you're going to be successful.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that in general. And it's crazy to see that some people actually consider that on a daily basis. She's mentioned some people that have acted with people that have huge following, and at the end of the day was absolute rubbish.
Yes. There's so many movies like that with big names that did not amount to anything because we watched it and we saw that it was shit. If we had to go by numbers, I would not be on radio because I don't post anything on my social media. Do you understand what I mean?
Honestly, even me, my social media is a little bit weak.
Thank you.
But Quincy Jones
you
has a
can't
huge
deny the
following.
talent. You can't deny the talent.
This guy
obviously
is
he's talented, obviously. I
No,
know.
Quincy Jones
But,
is the man. Quincy,
Yes,
there's
sir.
something on your mind now about
No,
this.
it's quite a lot. It's quite a lot.
But keep it as brief as possible.
I'm going to say
easy,
this
please.
is the truth, right? One of my favorite actors in recent time, Cillian Murphy, right? He's on Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders is one of my favorite series of all time.
For many people.
Right? It is very important. I have a must watch every single year.
Okay.
Blacklist. You know,
Blacklist is good.
what's it called? There's a lot of character building in those
Spader.
series.
Yeah.
You know, Reddington, Cillian
Reddington,
Murphy's character as well, and
And you see
a couple
people
of other
that
places.
just that were not familiar faces,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
are now popular.
And
And
Cillian Murphy, even after I remember an interview at about the fourth or fifth episode, fourth or fifth season of
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders, and with the success, he still didn't have a social media account. Right? It's just talent. It's raw talent. That's all it is. You know?
Okay.
Vikings
I
as
needed
well.
to hold that thought
Wait,
because that's
I
an
never
excellent
learned,
thing.
though.
Thank you.
Even we're almost out of time. One of the greatest actors, in fact, let me just read this message, but I want to come back to that train of thought. We have some messages that came in via social media. Shola says, "Hey gang, howdy. Yes. Please, I stand with the lawyer on this one. That show is becoming something else. It truly needs to be regulated. That's the Big Brother story." Adsheyi says, "People will say it's meant for adults, yet they can't even regulate their children and siblings. You need to see the amount of underage attention that show gets. It's crazy, man." That's from Sheyi. Adayo says, "Mandatory DNA testing at birth to determine paternity is a complex issue with strong arguments on both sides. While some argue it could reduce paternity fraud and provide clarity for families, others raise concerns about privacy, ethics, and potential negative impacts on individuals and families. If I am your wife," they're not done yet. Listen to this. "If I am your wife and you demand a DNA, I will oblige, but we are done, so done." You're just saying that. Can you raise your child on your own?
No matter.
Adbenga says,
You
"Sorry,
probably can.
ladies.
I won't
Sorry,
deal with a
ladies.
bum."
But some women..." Nice one. Nice one, Quincy.
Insane.
Adbenga says, sorry, ladies, but some women lie and or are honestly get dates wrong. Pregnancy is usually determined by last period date and size development of the baby, but some women still have light periods while pregnant, and sometimes babies are smaller or bigger than others. So yes, I want a DNA test, please.
Okay.
So that's Benga there. But we understand the argument for both parties, but I'll still rest it on this. The child is the most important in this conversation.
Yeah,
And if the
true that.
child
What's
wants
beneficial
to...
for the child?
Yeah?
Is knowing who the
Is
the
knowing
hell
who
his
your
daddy
mother
is.
and father are.
So we're leaning towards having
The DNA test.
Yes, it's not...
So we're
it's-
leaning towards what now?
We're leaning
The child
towards...
demanding.
We're
for a
leaning
DNA
towards...
test?
It's not the child
let's
demand,
say-
it's the child needing to know.
Do you remember?
Let it
Do you
just be a
remember? Do
conversation
you remember during
between both
COVID
parties.
how during COVID, if you go to the hospital, without asking, there's certain tests that they will just run on you
Exactly.
by default.
You just said
It's part of the duty of care.
COVID.
Do you understand? But
During
that's
a
why.
pandemic.
No, but paternity fraud is becoming a pandemic.
It's becoming.
It
It's
is.
becoming.
It's becoming a pandemic.
Bruv, you people need to. I don't know why we're taking this conversation with levity.
Quincy, yo.
Paternity test.
All right, guys.
Paternity
You know what?
fraud is huge, bro.
You know what?
it is.
So
It's
we're
not a
gonna
joke.
listen.
No, it's
No,
not.
but in life, be this.
We're gonna do our
If
toast.
you don't know your parents,
But
you
many
don't
people
reach
say they
50.
marry right
Quincy
now.
Jones.
Baba
60-year-old, they
Calm
find out say
down.
papa not being
Quincy.
papa.
Quincy, I beg you.
60. Because one woman open leg for wrong guy.
Oh my
Carry
God.
picking pin on
Quincy.
another
But
guy.
guess what? That means that's been happening.
Come on, bro.
Let's
But-
make that. Even
Quincy,
before the
that-
marriage, that's
Quincy.
been happening, Quincy.
So
So,
let
take
me
it
tell you what
easy,
Quincy's
all right?
So it's normal.
No,
says it's
Quincy's
normal?
problem
I
is...
think-
Exactly.
So let's deal with it
Quincy
before it
has an
happens.
issue.
Why are we dealing with
Listen,
it before
listen.
it happens?
Quincy, calm down.
Quincy,
calm
relax.
Sorry,
man.
sir.
Well,
You're
calm down.
taking
I
it-
know. There's history behind
You're
where
taking
Quincy's
it
coming from.
personal.
What is
no
happening,
history.
yo?
I know there's
There's
history.
no history.
What's
The girl
history?
said, Quincy, this is yours, it's only you, and gang was there.
Quincy,
but that's
you
a
need
different
to book
story.
a session with
Wait,
me
what?
I want
after
you
this,
to
all right,
give us.
Quincy?
I want you
I'm
to
not
give us.
booking any
need to
session.
book
I want you
If
to
you're
give us.
thinking
'Cause
we
you-
shouldn't have
Quincy
mandatory DNA
Jones.
tests,
Quincy-
I'm not booking a
Quincy
session.
Jones,
But
you're
yeah,
gonna give
you
us
got
a
issues you
You're
need
gonna
to
give us
deal
a
with.
toast. Andre, you're gonna give us the
yeah.
tip.
To paternity fraud.
No, you're gonna give us a toast for today.
Okay.
You're gonna give us the tip.
All right.
So let's start with the toast. What are you toasting to tonight, Quincy Jones?
This scared the hell out
It's
of
going to
me.
be double-edged. Toast to the ones
Can I
who found
get
out
some?
their fathers aren't their fathers. Shout outs to the ones who haven't found out yet. Then toast to the Nollywood directors and producers
The higher
who've
talented
been
people.
able to hire talent and also merge that with hiring talents with high following as well.
That I'm accurate.
Because on social media is a ton of talent.
This year, your toast is
Toast
the
is
bread
a-
don't they burn.
Toast,
Next time,
toast,
let me make
toast,
toast,
Oi,
guys.
Toast, toast,
Oi.
toast.
Toast.
Salute. Up in the air.
Salute.
All right,
You're supposed to drink
our
after a toast.
counselor.
There ain't nothing in the cup, man.
We'll add some more drinks for you.
I'll be drinking.
There are drinks behind the scenes. Our counselor is going to give us the tip for tonight. What's the tip today?
The tip,
Just the tip.
for today is simple, yo. Marry right. You see all this paternity test left and right. Every single thing can be avoided if and only if you marry right. Now that is the tip. Quincy, whether you like it or not, that's the tip.
all right.
Gang,
No,
gang, I
I
want
want
to start this show over
Wait,
again.
wait.
What do you mean marry right?
Listen to me. Let me tell you something now.
Yes.
To wrap up the black table tonight, some real women don't mind. If you want a DNA test, they'll say, go ahead. I'm sure and I'm confident
Confirm!
that
Thank
it's
you, fam.
yours. And the ball continues to rise.
Confirm!
We're wrapping up the black table because we all know who our father is.
Yeah, I do.
I do,
but
bro.
we can be your daddy.
That's
That's
right,
right.
mommy.
That's right. Preach, bro.
So
Shout
we
out
say
to
good
Mom.
night this night, and as Olamide says, the darker the night, the blacker the stars.
Okay.
See you guys next week, Friday, right here on the Black Table on
Yes,
TVC.
sir.
Alrighty.